So people always ask me what is black fiction. I just want to do like a quick heads up. And oh yeah, I'm in Tampa right now. I'm not in DC anymore. Tampa. So black fiction, I'm just gonna sum it up for you guys. It's a collection of short stories, extraordinary stories of the African diaspora. So I cover for this set 6 stories, 6 stories total that I've written or am writing. On the sixth one actually. Thank God. So I have a story within late between 1800s, right before the Civil War ended, which is a slave narrative. It's a fairy tale based slave narrative. I wrote within Alabama. Yeah, Alabama, of course. Yeah, think about it. I did another one, which is called Woman the Cursed Princess, which is based on the old African folktale. And I capture pretty much, I try to capture most of, I guess you could say, Western and Eastern Africa for the most part within the fantasy because it's high fantasy. So, kind of like Lord of the Rings, something like that, or the Tales of Shannara. I have the third one I wrote is a sci-fi story about a guy going to get his son from an alien black market, and this is and his son. It's all narrative. It's all, like everything means something deeper. But I don't want to ruin it for you. But yeah, he goes to rescue his son, and I was inspired. I would say by Mass Effect a bit, and a lot of Houston, Texas hip hop. I guess that's definitely like a lot of. I listened to a lot of Big Crit and Toby Nwigwe. I did. Um, the other story I wrote was Free, which is a Nigerian tale about a Nigerian American woman that lives in Nigeria with her husband, who is all Nigerian, but she helps the alien get off world. But at the same time, she's dealing with her abusive marriage at the same time. So they're both trying to get free. If you see what I'm saying. The fifth story, I finished the draft. Is Hey Amora, which is my Afro-Latina Dominicana fantasy, which is based on a girl trying to Afro-Latina girl trying to find her identity in a world that shuns her for being too black, too Spanish. She got to pick a side, but does she really want to? That's the question. These are the questions. And also, she's dealing with a warlock, but I want to run that for you too. It's like, oh yeah, it's a music base as well. A lot of Motown, a lot of soul. I had to. I just had to. And the sixth story I'm working on now is on me. The futuristic Haiti story about this man, Gene, the guy named Gene, escorting 2 kids to find their mother or back to their mother. I don't want to ruin the story for you. Yeah, so these stories right now, as you can see, I try to keep them diverse within cultures. Even in America, where you have a story within Alabama or a story that's kind of based in Texas and Delaware, those cultures are still different within different communities of black people at the same time. So it's like where no one is the same because that's just human beings in general. And so I wanted to capture that and not put everyone in one boat because it's not it at all. It's like me being my dad's from Haiti and my mother's from Delaware. I I sometimes feel more akin to one side or another, depending on the day or depending on the music I listen to. Like I'll throw on some compa or some Afro beats, and I'm feeling it. Or if I'm listening to some hip hop, some Nas or some Drake, shout out for Scorpion, that's lit. Yeah, it just shows like our uniqueness as people to be able to transition. And as a writer too, I want to be able to transition within these stories to give you guys like something really creative. Like I'm inspired for all these stories. I'm inspired by something like Alice in Wonderland, Over the Garden Wall, Hey was it Hey My Neighbor Totoro? Yeah. Oh yeah, Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki. He's one of my biggest influences. You may can tell from my writing, even though I come from a different standpoint because I am a Christian, so I do insert that in my work too as well, but in a way that is digestible to people who may not be Christian or spiritual at the same time. And I try to always bring that nation, that person's truth, rather than my own, at the same time as well, because I don't want to boggle down the story based on my particular feelings. Because as a writer, I feel like I have to give the story out more so than my own preference. So and it's always a balance too. It's a balance to it. So yeah, catch 22. I about to say 52. Dang it, I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah, so 6 stories for this one, and I may feature some other my friends in the story if they want to write a flash or something like that. I'm attention hog, so I say flash because it's like shorter words. But yeah, I just hope that these stories like really just get you guys interested in different types of narrative within people of color, the POCs. And that's also one of my goals too, just have more diversity that I didn't see growing up. Like I had Static Shock growing up, and I loved him so much, but I still love Batman more because that's his Batman. But I wanted to see more heroes that look like me or more heroes of color because I felt like we were just in the background or just like they really mattered. They didn't really do much. Just like sucked. It really did. And so now, just like as a writer, what I want to do now is change that narrative and put more work in POC stories, but still tell other stories as well. They don't like now. Like everyone's a person of color. Now that I think about it, so even like I would say a movie I watched was it Lucky Logan. I love that movie because it captured like was it West Virginia or Virginia with Channing Tatum and Adam Driver. It captured that town's culture, and I love that so much because you don't see stuff like that. And I'm a big history buff and culture fanatic, so I need to do stories like this that go against the norm and traditional tropes that we've seen. And I talk to my friend too. Tropes aren't bad, and they aren't bad, but you have to do them well. You got to be innovative with them. And I want these stories to be for you as a foundation that I could build on in the future for whether film, more books or novels, or other forms of animation that or even comics. So I hope that you enjoy these stories and that these stories really inspire everyone at the same time because that's how I write. So Black Fiction, Extraordinary Tales of the African Diaspora will be out soon. As soon as I finish. So just bear with me, and I really just hope that you guys just like read it and really just like see a lot of positives from it, honestly. And I would love to see your feedback as a writer too, what I need to work on, and also I have two other stories on my website, pierregilson.com. You can go to and check them out. They will likely be more revised in the book, so beware of that. Things may change. So holla at you. Epic Studios on the way.